Okay, I guess I'm ready. All right. Are you recording now?
Yeah, it's recording. Just anytime you
Oh,
go.
all right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Saints of Misery podcast. My name is Kaba. I am joined tonight by my friends, Grandmaster Darth, FM Port,
Hello.
and Bella.
Hi!
Thank you guys again for coming out for here. Appreciate it. Appreciate your attendance here. Tonight we've got a whole bunch that we're going to be talking about for it here. I kind of want to go back over like how everybody's week's been here first before we start. So Bella, if you would kind of go over how you've been doing today or this week.
Sure. So, since the last recording, I took, I want to say, maybe a week and a half off from Animal Crossing. Don't all like fall out of your chairs or whatever.
I was gonna say a whole week and a half. Wow.
Yeah, so when I logged in today, maybe it was about 2 weeks. When I logged in today, my island and last night was covered in weeds. It was covered in like all kinds of junk. It was just, the beach was covered in crap. It was just not pleasant. And my villagers were like, "Where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever." And then one of my favorite ones wanted to move away, and I was like, "Fuck no, you're staying, bitch." Like, no thank you. So, but yeah, I've been playing some different games. Kind of, Jarf taught me how to play Smash Brothers, and I did not like it.
Really?
Aw.
Smash Bros is so
He's
much
Her
fun
idea,
though.
not mine.
He schooled my ass. He didn't even
She
start
wanted to
slow. I'm like,
gotta-
what buttons do I push? Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But
She
Okay,
wanted to
okay.
play, not me.
otherwise, it's been a pretty good week. Yeah, it's been pretty basic, I guess. We had my son with us last week, so not a lot of game time because once he goes to bed, I'm normally like ready to go to bed myself, and yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, don't blame you. Don't blame you at all.
Oh my god, kids are exhausting, but they're great.
Yes, they are.
They're just the best.
They are. They
They
are.
really are. I worked in retail for 20 years. I know about it.
Yeah.
It gets better the older they get.
Yeah.
True.
Yes. Yes, it does. Especially when they try to tell you how to do something that you've been doing for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man. But Jarf, on that note, how's your week been?
Quiet. Very, very quiet.
Quiet is good.
Quiet can
Um,
sometimes be very good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I went from balls to the wall playing DayZ to, wow, I don't really want to play anything right now. So, I got a hold of a copy of Avengers for the PS4, so I've been trying to grind away at that.
Oh, nice.
I don't know, reinstalled Far Cry 5 to play that again for the 20th time.
Mhm.
I logged into Star Trek Online for the first time in, a month? Yesterday, 2 nights ago.
Mhm.
Just play that for a little bit.
Wow.
It's just been kind of, I'm watching more movies than anything else. Like, I'm starting to rewatch the Matrix trilogy, prepare for the 4th Matrix movie this year. Rewatch the entire Dark Knight trilogy because why not?
He
Yeah, I
even
don't
got
know.
so desperate that he played Lego City Undercover with me.
Oh wow.
No, she asked, so it's
Wow.
just nothing
mean,
really catches my fancy right now. So
I
just
gotta
doing
say,
whatever.
I'm kind of excited for the Matrix 4.
Me too.
Yeah,
Quite.
yeah.
Like I didn't think I would be, but after seeing the trailer, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of on board for that.
It looks like John Wick invaded the Matrix.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I think just part of like just kind of like its approach, how it feels. Like it doesn't feel like it's over the top at the moment.
Mhm.
It's kind of like this whole like subtle re-entry back into it, you know,
Mhm.
and just kind of continuation. I'm really curious about like the kind of approach and story they're gonna have for it.
Right.
So I'm
only,
extremely excited.
only have to wait 3 months
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
coming out
of that
soon.
right around Christmas. So
Jarf, you're gonna have to rewatch them all with me.
okay.
Because I don't remember. I haven't
Yeah.
seen them in forever.
I really
Yeah.
like the first one. Second one was
Mhm.
alright. The third one kind of lost me. But
Revolutions, the storyline jumped the shark.
Like I feel like Revolutions, like even the writers, they just lost themselves in the sauce.
They
I
did.
know. I know for me, like there was I remember reading an article about like some concepts of what they had for what was going to be eventually the sequels for it here, and they just went completely beeline to another direction than
Yeah.
what it was originally concepted, and I just like it kind of really upset me only because like I was expecting that concept, and it was like the concept would have been amazing,
Right.
Well,
but I just
if you ever get a chance to watch the Animatrix, it's well worth
Yeah,
it.
Matrix.
oh
is
yeah,
really,
definitely
really
it
good.
is. It is. Yeah.
Play Into the Matrix on the Xbox or the GameCube.
It was PS2 as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I played it.
Yeah.
I played
That,
it. Yeah, I played it on PS2.
That also that rolls from this one of the Animatrix movies. It rolls into that game.
Mhm.
And if you ever get a chance to watch, you need to play the playthrough videos of the Matrix Online. There are some story elements from there that I think are introduced into the new movie. So
Mhm.
Yeah, the stories in
It
Matrix,
was-
Matrix Online was supposed to be canon, from what I understand too. Which
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is where Morpheus dies and everything. This is why we don't see him in the sequel technically. But then at the same
Spoilers.
everybody dies in the third one anyway, and they're back. I mean, Neo's here, Trinity's here. So like, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
so
Yep.
I'm
So we'll
just
see.
waiting on that.
We'll see. All
But yeah,
right.
that's how my week's been.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, and then Epsilon, how you been?
I'm okay. It's been a very long week. It's been a long week at work. I've been gaming a lot. I've been grinding shit off Destiny. And yeah, that's basically it. Like not much interesting happened, I guess, this week. You know, pretty much the usual. Just work a lot. It's getting even busier than I thought it would be, but it's super busy right now. We got a bunch of commercials ending. And,
Camera disconnected for a second.
oh, we lost Jeff for a bit there. And yeah, we just did a big commercial for Nintendo. And let me tell
Nice.
you, like I have no idea what the commercial is for. Like it is about. Okay,
What's it about?
before you ask, I have no idea. It's just a bunch of
Ow.
a couple of people came in and were like, okay, we're doing Nintendo. Give us all that shit. And when I mean all that shit, there was a lot of shit. That was a lot of shit. And
Wow.
yeah, so that's pretty much it. Super and Lois is starting again. And Sidru is going full blast. No, it's pretty cool. Busy.
Wow. Sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to see what that actually comes out and turns out to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for myself, this has been a pretty busy week for me. I've been still kind of adjusting to my work schedule, going from previously working mornings going to evenings over the last 2 weeks, so I really haven't been streaming too much. I just started getting back into it this week. Did a little bit of artwork, finished up a picture that I was working on, streaming on Picardo. I'm currently working on our friend Skunk's Hunter from Destiny right now, currently.
Right. I saw that.
So I'll
yeah.
be working. Thank you. I'm gonna be finishing that up soon, and then working on some other projects. Other than that, though, I've been trying to kind of figure out like what I want to do with Twitch again, because I've been mostly on Picardo, but I want to get back to Twitch.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
You
Go ahead.
said you're working on projects. Is one of the projects the logo for the show?
Well, I think we've kind of gone with like with FSAN has come up with here for it. But I mean, if you want to talk about revising it, like revising and doing something more with it here, we certainly can. I don't know.
'Cause to be fair, I haven't really touched the logo. I've mostly done like the banner. It's kind of like the aesthetic of the overlays. But that's pretty much it. I'm
I don't know.
terrible.
We'll have to.
I'm terrible at making logos. I'm really bad at it.
I'm like okay. I'm like okay with it. But like we should sit down and talk about it here for it sometime. And yeah, definitely we
Right.
can.
I'm wearing my Blackpink sweater, by the way, in case people didn't notice.
Nice. As far as goes here for it though, other than that, I was thinking about like what I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch here for it. I recently got a game called Eastward, which is an indie pixel art, like kind of Secret of Mana like style fighting game / RPG. Gonna be playing that here sometime soon. Kind of wanted to share that with everybody here for it, but
Yeah.
that's pretty
looks-
much been it for me.
That game looks really, really cool.
I've been following it for a while, and I love the artwork for it. And then I saw that it just came out this Friday, so I was like,
Right.
bought. So, but yeah. So, moving on from there, then. I did kind of want to touch briefly about like some of the progression we've made with the channel here for with everybody, and kind of what our what we want to do with it here for it. So, for those of us, those of you watching, you may have noticed that was it that Efson and I posted up a couple weeks ago our reaction to the Destiny 2 reveal for the Witch Queen. If you haven't watched it, definitely please go ahead and watch it. Let us know what you think of it here for it.
Yeah, I'll put a card somewhere on the screen so you can click on it.
It's somewhere like over,
Over there.
somewhere where. But we had a lot of fun with it here for it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you do enjoy it. If you do watch it here for it, let us know what you think. I mean, we'd like to do more if you like to like our reactions to it here for it.
I gotta say that was really fun to make. Like it was a bit, it was longer than I thought it would be originally, to be honest.
True.
Because I decided to leave, like in the video, I decided to leave the whole reaction plus the discussion we had after that. So the whole video is like an hour long or something. But it was fun to make. So yeah, people watching that, if you want to see more of that kind of stuff, not necessarily like just reactions, but kind of us sitting there and talking about shit or reacting to something. Let us know.
Yeah, like open discussion and that sort of for here. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think if you guys would like to see more of that here, just let us know. But then also too, Isabella and Grandmaster Darf also posted up a video of them playing Phasmophobia.
Right.
Very fun video. Definitely recommend.
That was terrifying. That game is terrifying. He didn't tell me he posted that.
Oh yeah. It's out for the world to see.
It was
Did
great.
I stream like a little? Yeah,
Maybe.
I think I did.
I can't remember if you were playing the Ignite or not, but yes, it was not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I believe, when we played.
Yeah.
Yes, one of the nights. No, I didn't. I watched. I think I can't remember.
It was one of the nights that me and a few of the other clanmates played, and I posted it because I streamed the one night and recorded it the next night, and then posted the one that I recorded. That game has become a lot of fun, and the more people you have, the more fun it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm getting ready. Like I keep bugging Jarv again and again and again that I want to stream my stuff. So we're brainstorming a setup, I think, because I want to stream this week, and I wanted to stream a bunch of stuff. But one of the things that I have discovered is that my son, I call him the Frostling. I guess I'll call him that on here too. Since we have beaten all the missions on Lego City Undercover, he likes to just play, and we're trying to get the 100%, which is impossible with an ADHD child, because he's just like, but I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do this. He will assume the persona of one of the characters and like drive around and make up a story, and like he's like, well, why are these people, they're gonna be so afraid because I'm the villain. And I'm like, oh god, I gotta stream this. So I got permission from his dad, because I don't want to do anything like without, especially with social media and podcasting and shit, without his dad. And so I'm hoping that he'll be with us starting Friday night, that sometime next weekend we'll be able to get it, and he is, as long as I cannot get frustrated at him when he runs me over and flattens my Lego guy on the pavement, I think we'll have some good streaming fun. But I also want to stream my Animal Crossing stuff too, so we got to get a good setup going for me.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Good times.
Yeah. I know for myself here for it, I was thinking about posting up like some of my previous streams, so I haven't really liked a lot of my previous streams. So I do plan that, like with the ones that I've like with the game I mentioned here for it, when I do those recordings, I do plan to post those up on there. Also trying to get like to see if I can do like some group nights when we do like the Jackbox stuff or stuff like that there, and post up some of those bits too. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Did you see you could pre-order Jackbox 8 now?
I saw that, and I'm really interested in some of those games. But yes, I'm thinking about getting it.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye on that then.
I love Jackbox.
But yeah, that being said here for it, like with some of the things we're trying to do with the channel here, we are open to suggestion about what things that people would like to see us do and that sort as well. So again, leave any comments you like about like things you think would be fun for us to show with you guys or share with you guys here for it. We're definitely open to the idea. I know for myself, I've thought about, again, just like everybody else here, want to do more streams and that sort. I've thought about doing maybe some time lapses for my artwork and stuff like that as well. But yeah, but please, anybody watching here for it, let us know in the comments what you would like to see from us here for it, and we will try to work that in.
For sure.
I'll even stream getting my butt whipped at Super Smash Brothers if it gets people to watch us, you know?
I mean, if we want to do like a group thing, you know, like I could get in there too.
I think it'd be fun. I don't know. I had never played before, and it was, yeah.
It's rough when you're first getting into it. And like, Flo, I know you don't have a Switch at the moment, but we might have to change that.
You gotta jump on the bandwagon, baby.
I know.
I'm excited for the new game I bought today.
We've been talking about it before. I can't really justify buying a Switch right now at the price it is at, because
I hear you.
And especially the fact that Nintendo doesn't lower prices on games. Like I saw someone Twitter say something that I can relate so hard to. Someone posted like, "Oh, I can't believe that some people call themselves gamers and don't play Nintendo games," and which is a dumb take to me, like in my opinion. But and someone in the comments said, "I don't want to pay $80 to play Mario Odyssey, which is 5 years old."
Yep.
Not 4 years old. Like, that's fair. And I'm kind of in the same boat. It's like the Switch is still $300 here. The games are still $70 a piece here.
70? Oh, I forget the currency's different.
Yeah, in Canada, everything is more expensive.
Yep.
Now, wait till the OLED Switch comes out next month. Rumor is they're going to drop the price in the original Switch.
Which I hope. I really hope.
Yeah, they should. I mean, Nintendo's notorious for doing that. Like when they bring out like a newer model with some even just slight features, they'll decrease the cost of the other ones.
Right.
What you should do is look on the used market and get yourself a used Switch.
That's also true. I could do it.
That's a good point.
If you look hard enough, you can find a full Switch. Dock, $150.
Yeah, I know. As far as games too, like. I have made it a habit to. The only game I think I've paid full price for was Animal Crossing. It was Mario 3D World with Bowser's Fury. Yep, that one. No, that was on sale.
Not at GameStop.
I didn't buy it at GameStop. Oh, shnikey pants.
Because we bought it
Never mind. Never mind. The only 2 games I have. Don't get me started, or I'll tell them about your $80 copy of Smash Brothers.
Dude, that's fine. When they revealed Destiny expansion, I literally spent $200 like that.
Yeah, same.
No,
same.
So you don't understand.
Oh yeah, I do understand. Trust me.
No,
right.
He played the game twice and only got 1 copy because he was too much of a wimp to go back.
When I was in Missouri visiting.
This. Yeah, I know.
Before the lunch that I had with Kaba and our other buddy Skull. My son and I went to one of the local GameStops.
Right.
I spent $45, bought Smash Brothers because it was on the online price. They matched it and all that. Saw the guy put the case in the bag and everything. Left, didn't think nothing of it. 12 hours later, I'm sitting in my buddy's kitchen or dining room. We were playing D&D, and I finally got around to opening up the case. Got the case, no game.
No game. Oh no.
And I never had a chance to go back up to the area where I bought it from to get it exchanged.
Right.
Have you called back? No.
2 days later, after we'd gotten done cleaning out a lot of my stuff from my buddy's house, we took 2 tubs worth of junk to one of the local game stores, traded in a bunch of games, 2 drum sets for Rock Band, Guitar Hero, and some other stuff. Got like $85 store credit. So I turned around and used 60 of it to buy Smash Brothers. So in reality, I only spent $45 to buy 2 copies of it, but in reality, or in essence, it was over $100 to buy 2 copies.
Right.
You didn't tell me that. You told me it was $45 each time.
In terms of value.
60 the first time that I didn't spend any money on. It was store credit.
I mean,
Anywho, I like to buy games
That's
only
fair.
when they're on sale. So, for example, my copy of Lego City Undercover. Regularly, Lego games are always expensive, which is really
They
dumb.
are.
I paid $5.49, $5.49, or $5.99 on the eShop.
Mm-hmm.
One of
And
those massive sales.
right, and right now
Mm.
there's another massive sale going on Lego games. So I've been watching the price of it, waiting for it to drop to a certain point. I picked up today on the eStore. I've got to make sure it's downloaded. Lego Jurassic World. For $9.99. And if
Nice,
anyone
nice.
likes to play Lego Worlds, which is Lego's kind of like Minecraft version,
right.
that's for sale right now for $5.49.
Oh,
We also both bought Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, the one that has Spider-Man 2099 on it.
nice.
It's like $2 a few months
Oh,
back.
that's a fun one. That is
That's
a fun
nice.
one.
That
Actually-
one I've discovered
actually-
it is too complicated for Zach. He can't get the concept of it. But Lego City Undercover is like GTA for kids.
Yeah. I really
I bet-
like the Lego
yeah.
games. The Lego games are so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
they're really fun, and
Like they
I don't
don't
know.
look like it because like it's Lego, like kids
Mhm.
stuff, whatever. But playing them, it's actually so much fun.
Oh yeah.
and you get sucked into to wanting to get that 100%.
Oh yeah. I've done it. I've
Like-
done it with all the Star Wars Lego games.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're
I-
at 82%, I think, completed.
Yeah, I played one of the. I played the two Marvel ones is what I played, and I love the fact that you can go between the different like superheroes.
Mhm.
That's what really drew me in because like you don't really get that too much with like the other like other games of that sort. And it's just like the kind of freedom you get with it too. I mean, like
Right.
yeah, it's all Legos and stuff, but still you get to play as your superheroes. You
Yeah.
know, like
Mhm.
Yeah,
that's what I love is like that variety.
And it's fun.
Yeah,
there's
I
like
love the
there's a level of humor as well in the game. Like I
Oh,
would say several
Mhm.
levels of humor because
Like-
there's
Oh
like, the
yeah,
base,
yeah.
there's the base level that everybody gets, and some like
Mhm.
a bit more. You know.
So there's a big one
It's
in Lego
great.
City Undercover. So one of the bricks, the red bricks that gives you the cheats, the cheat codes and whatever, one of them it's puts everybody in Halloween costumes,
Mhm.
just walking around. And I made the mistake of helping my son unlock every single one of the red bricks. And one of them gives you a siren police hat. And it goes wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, non-stop.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
So her kid unlocked the rideable pig, played the farmer, jumping on top of the pig with the cop hat and go wee woo, riding around on the pig.
Overalls and everything, riding around. And I have never seen Jerf laugh so hard at it. You were chuckling. And he was like, look what I did. And you've got this farmer going, wee woo, and his little riding. Because you have to find, there's 25 hidden pigs. Like,
Mhm.
after you do one of the farm missions,
Mhm.
all the pigs get loose throughout the whole game, throughout the city. And if you find a pig, you push X to ride the pig, and it shows you the path for you to go shove it in the pig cannon, which you shoot the cannon, and the pig goes, "Rah!" and it goes back to the farm.
That's funny.
Yeah, I
Oh,
have to
good
say,
lord.
if you're looking for a really cool game, like a fun game that you can play like with your family or with your kid or just to have a good laugh, because you can play
Mhm.
split screen 2 players, it's hilarious. Like you have to, it's just so fun. I play it sometimes myself and I'm just in stitches. It's a good game. It's on sale too right now, but I don't know how much because I already bought it.
Mm. Okay. So,
Kaba,
Oh.
it may need to think about going to your house because it's a pretty fun one.
maybe. Gabe has looked at those Lego games before for it here, and we've kind of talked about it a little bit. Like I said, he's more about the building than he is about the adventure, but he does want me to, like, I know he's constantly pushing me to play some games for him and stuff like that. Like lately, he's been asking me to try and find like Katamari games that we could play together and stuff like that. There, he knows I don't like rerolling the Switch because it's just a remake of the first game, and the first game didn't really have a lot of balancing when it came to like how the game flowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's part of why I didn't like the first one that much. I love just like every sequel after that. But like you just cannot find a copy without having to pay like some sort of monthly fee or having to find an old console that you can that you can find that works and runs it.
Mhm.
Like I
Yeah.
have a copy of the Xbox 360 version, which was my favorite version of the game. But my 360, I don't. It's in shambles. Like I don't really want to have to buy another one. I don't want to have to fix this one for here. And it's just for one
Yeah.
game. So and then
You said he's into building.
yeah, he is. He
So
loves
one of
building.
the features of Undercover is called the super build.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And so you collect bricks all around
Mhm.
to complete the super builds.
Mhm.
And it's just so neat because once you click on the super build, it goes and it like builds the object, and it's like so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm at the point where we've unlocked so many things in it,
Mhm.
and the Frostling doesn't want me to play with him anymore.
Oh.
He's
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
Mom, I don't need your help. I can do this.
There
I can
was a.
totally.
I have to remember what it was here for it, but there was an indie game that came out on the Switch that lets you build like little towns and stuff, on a lake or something like that. And
Yes.
it's all about it's all about just tapping and constructing and that sort. And he loves that game. It's like the first Switch game that I've actually had in the game, able to sit down and actually play on the Switch. Because he refuses to play with the controllers sometimes. On some games, he'll play mobile games, no problem. But when it comes to playing console games or anything on PC, nope, will not do it.
Yeah, little
So-
Frostling. I've tried different games. Like Humble Bundle had this really great bundle of old school kid friendly games, and I was gonna get it, and then I'm thinking to myself, he can't sit at the computer. He's gonna, for one, he's too short. He's gonna fall out of the chair. For two, he can't sit still. He's gonna be wiggling in his wiggle pants. He's gonna fall out of the chair. 3, he's gonna spin and then fall out of the chair. So all sources point to
Falling out of
him
the chair.
falling out of the chair, and it's either gonna end in tears, stitches, or all of the above. So I was like, I'm gonna save my money and, no. But he'll sit and play Switch. Like the whole world could crash down around him. And as long as he's playing Switch or on his tablet playing Minecraft, he has Jarf got him for Christmas Minecraft for the Switch, but he doesn't like it. He'd rather play Minecraft on the 360.
Gotcha.
It's different. So yeah. Anyways, that's cool.
Gotcha. Hey, at least no
What's
Fallout, right?
At least no Fallout.
No Fallout.
Yeah, no Fallout there.
Right,
Oh my
right.
gosh. He just Jarf, you've got sounds funny.
I think there was somebody driving by or something.
It was
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I saw the lights in the
Okay.
window, so.
carpooling in the driveway.
Oh, probably one of our many neighbors, but yeah,
Gotcha.
it's neat. I give a big thumbs up to all Lego games for kids and adults too.
Oh, definitely. It's a nice little kind of just relaxed gameplay and there's a nice little fandom that you can find for it here, and so many different genres they work on.
For sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Lego Harry Potter,
Mm-hmm.
Lego all kinds. I'm curious about Lego Worlds though. I might have to try that sometime.
I've dabbled with it a little tiny bit, and it's interesting.
Is it like
It wasn't.
Minecraft?
It's kind of like Minecraft and then building. It's
Okay.
focusing a lot on building there. But you can basically do your own kind of open how can I say, open
Sandbox?
sandbox. Yeah, open sandbox. You can build your stuff there for it. I've seen people on YouTube build a bunch of different buildings and that sort with it as well.
Cool. Interesting.
So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Neat. I'm excited to hear about some other stuff tonight. What's everyone else got to talk about?
Right. We got quite a few things going on for it here. But since we're kind of just briefly talking on the Switch, I know, Jarf, you wanted to talk about something about the Switch here for us. So let's start with you
Yes.
tonight.
So
Game
most
changer.
recent system update. It was 13.0 or something like that.
13.0 already. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the system's been out for a while, so yeah, that's not
Sure.
Hold on, let me. So people have been requesting for the last 4 years, 4.5 years since the Switch came out and the Switch Lite. The Switch uses Bluetooth to connect the Joy-Cons to it, and the Pro controller and any of the other wireless controllers with it.
Mhm.
People have been wondering why you couldn't use Bluetooth headsets to it or Bluetooth headphones. Well, they finally did it. They finally enabled Bluetooth audio. You go to let me back out. So I don't think I can see that. So you go to your systems menu, and then you scroll down about 3/4 of the way down. This one,
Mhm.
wait. This one hasn't been updated. This one haven't. Ha ha. Hold on. I haven't updated my Switch Lite yet. My bad.
Well, moving right along then.
Yeah, and it allows you to do your Bluetooth.
So, yeah, you go to settings, and there it is. Underneath controllers and Bluetooth audio right there. You literally hit that, and then you pair whatever Bluetooth headphones you have to it, and it will let you listen to Bluetooth through the Switch. I have one of those little Genki adapters that plugs into the USB-C port on the bottom to let me have 2 sets of headphones hooked up to it. But with this, I don't have to worry about that. So the downfall is you still can't use a Bluetooth mic with it. You can only hook up the headsets, and you can only have 2 controllers hooked up at the same time. So if you're using, say, the big Switch and you got both Joy-Cons connected, you can only have 1 headset hooked up. Once you try to connect more than 2 Joy-Cons or controllers, you have to disconnect the headphones. So it's got some limitations, but so like if you've got your Switch Lite and you're on, say, like a bus or a long road trip and you don't want to have wires hanging anywhere, put your headphones on, pair it up, bam, you got you there you go. So it's kind of nice to actually have.
That's kind of cool. Or like,
That's pretty cool,
if you're like me and you're using those Bluetooth like earbuds, like AirPod kind of thing. That sounds pretty
It's nice because he can hook his Beats up to it. I love his Beats. It's like the whole world goes away.
Pair of Beats Solos 3 floating around somewhere in the apartment, and as soon as I saw that available, I was like, plugged in, hooked up. So
nice.
It's kind of nice to be able to play without the wires again. So
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But that's awesome. I'm so glad to see Nintendo actually trying to evolve a little bit more. So with
Finally, I wonder why it took them so long to do it.
Because it's Nintendo.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, maybe they didn't have the software, or they couldn't.
They totally have technology. It's Nintendo. They're just being Nintendo.
Nintendo's
weird.
Yeah, Nintendo honestly has been quite notorious for kind of like focusing in on like the gimmicks of what they're trying to sell behind the thing here for it before trying to accommodate for like the modern gamer.
Exactly.
Really, it's what it comes down to. And that's it works for them. I mean, I feel like they rely a little bit too much on flagships and their popularity to help kind of push them along sometimes.
Yep.
But like, it's nice to see that they do things like this here at least to kind of give it a little bit more convenience.
Right.
For myself personally, I just wish they would do it a little bit more. But I mean, it's something, and honestly, we'll take it.
Right. And maybe
just wish.
Maybe the next version of the Switch will have all of this by default working better, kind of thing, right? Because my guess for having only 1 pair of headset if you have 2 Joy-Cons or more, it's probably just a hardware limitation. Because
I'd imagine.
I would assume the chip that handles the Bluetooth thing can only handle that so much. So hopefully for the next version of the Switch, you'd be able to have at least 2 headsets and like Joy-Cons and stuff.
If you think about it, okay, so with the little Genki adapter, it takes up the USB-C port on the bottom, right? I can hook up 2 Bluetooth headphones to it. And that's just simply, a Bluetooth adapter.
Right.
I think the reason why they enable just 1 Bluetooth headset is because they want you, it's for the people that are like playing it in handheld mode.
Right.
Or if it's for playing single player. Because if you've got the 4 of us playing Smash Brothers or Mario Kart or something in the same room, you don't want 4 people using headsets.
Right. Usually,
what would be the point of that?
Yeah.
So,
right.
That's the way I'm looking at it. I don't know if it's right or not, but that's the way I feel about it. So
I'm thinking maybe it's a combination of both, because I think, like, honestly, and maybe it's me just being sarcastic or cynical, but like I feel that Nintendo in terms of hardware, they're always like 5-6 years behind everybody else anyway. When it comes to actual power in the systems, and the fact that your adapter can handle 2 headsets is not the reason why is because the Bluetooth chip is inside the adapter on the Switch. So the chip inside there can handle 2, but the one inside the Switch can't, and that's why you have to go through the USB, right? Because those are different controllers inside. But I just hope It's just my hope now that for next versions of the Switch we'll have all that convenience.
Right.
enabled.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's me like
true.
right now. I know for me, like the only real gripe that I have is that like 'cause online play seems a little bit limited, not in the sense of like being able to play with people, and like in the sense of like connectivity, but like still the fact that they have their audio like messaging system here for it separate from the console, and you have to
Yeah, you have
rely
to
on
use
like
an app for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like I get why they did it, but at the same time, I just don't fully agree. I think it could have been implemented something a little bit better, you know.
You
Um,
could have.
It's
And
it's,
I
it's the online infrastructure of Nintendo. It just hasn't been great.
Yeah.
Never been great.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll ever be great, but like again, they're like 5 years behind in terms of online
True.
from everybody else. Like, you have to use an app on your phone to have that messaging thing. Like that was a Sony PlayStation thing like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
That is true, actually. Yeah, I do
Right?
remember that.
And some of their
Yeah.
features that Nintendo has, they don't even like publicize or encourage people to use. Like,
Mhm.
for example, with Animal Crossing, if you didn't know about it, you wouldn't know you're missing out on something. So, for example, there is oh no, go away computer. So, in the Nintendo Switch Online app,
Mhm.
there are game-specific services.
Yep.
Most people don't
Yep.
know about this. If you click on Animal Crossing, if you check in, you click on Nook Points, you do Get My Points, and it gives you 10 Nook Points every day.
Mm.
You can redeem those Nook Points for exclusive items that you can't get anywhere else that are for in the
Mhm.
game. Most people don't know. You can get a Nook poster, a Nook door plate, an Aloha Edition carrying case for the Switch, which you can't put on, but you can set it down. You can get Timmy and Tommy's photo, you can get Tom Nook's photo, and Isabel's photo. But most people don't know about that because Nintendo doesn't popularly say it. I found out on in a Facebook group. It's
Yeah.
like the cool stuff you can get with your silver Nintendo points.
Mhm.
They have some cool shit. I've gotten a pin set. I've gotten Mario and Luigi notebooks. I've gotten
Mhm.
keychains and lanyards and all kinds of free stuff by cashing in my points.
Mhm.
But in order to earn the points, you have to play a lot of games. I got Jarf that.
Skyward
With
Sword.
800 Nintendo
lithographs.
points. I got you another one too.
Yeah, she got a Breath of the Wild like acrylic artwork that's like
Mhm.
about that thick,
Oh, wow.
3 times as thick as this
Oh
one.
wow.
800
This one
silver
came with
points.
This one came with its own little paper display stand, so I
Oh,
can
nice.
I've got it on top of my computer.
Oh, that's
looking at it.
nice.
Yep, I've gotten a Paper Mario origami set from Paper Mario, whatever that one. I've gotten Christmas cards, Nintendo Christmas cards. I've gotten all kinds of stuff. Animal Crossing grocery bag. I could just keep going, but but for those of you who regularly play on Nintendo, most people don't even know what to do or how to get silver points.
Right.
True. True.
The gold
that's-
points aren't really that great, but the silver points give you all the cool shit.
True. True. No, you're very much right. You're very much right. Because like Nintendo has these kind of customer redemption type things here in play, but they
Mhm.
really don't emphasize on it at all. Like there's barely any talk of it whatsoever.
Exactly.
Well,
I'm gonna go
if you
grab
get-
something. Hold on.
You get a cartridge, you can put the cartridge in, and there's an option on the main menu. You can get points from it. So,
Mhm.
and it's once per cartridge. So if you resell your cartridge, nobody else can get the points, but you can still get points for it. So,
Mhm. Gotcha. Oh man.
been a long day. Anyway,
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Ooh.
yeah, that's one of the posters. Is the Mario 3D All Stars.
Nice. Nice.
So, you're muted. Can't hear you.
This was only 200 points. It's a poster set from Super Mario 3D All Stars, and there's multiple posters in it.
That's
Like-
awesome.
Hit or miss. Things go out of stock really quick. Yeah, you do got to pay for shipping, But what's paying $5 if you stack your points up? You can get 2 items.
Yeah, sure.
I was looking to see if I could quickly grab the pin set that I got, but it's somewhere here. I'm not gonna deal with looking for it right now.
It's okay.
It's awesome.
So I guess on that note here for it, thank you, Jar, for giving us the update about the
And I'm
Bluetooth
sorry I
here
took
for
half your time, Jarf. I love you.
But that being said, Elizabeth, let's go ahead and go on to your bit here with the Animal Crossing. If you brought it up here for it, what's been going on in the
Sure.
world of Animal Crossing lately?
So I took some time off, primarily because I got removed as a mod in that amazing Facebook group that I was in, the Giving Tree.
Is it really amazing though if they remove
Not
you?
anymore.
Right? That's
Right.
what I was gonna say. It's
So
not that
I was
amazing
minding my
anymore.
own business. I was like following all their rules, which in hindsight were insane. They were requiring mods to do at least 2 giveaways a week at minimum. That means host, that means give the items away, meet the person, fly to their island, whatever. Well, apparently I was told that I was coming off as ungrateful, difficult. How did they explain it to you, Jarf?
Oh, give me a second.
Ridiculous. And all of a sudden, was talking to someone that morning. I was on a treasure island. I was doing a bunch of stuff, getting ready to help somebody. And Jarf and I were out doing something. We were watching a movie or something. And I looked down at my phone and I'm like, geesh, my phone's been really quiet. Because you had to be like in this mod Facebook group thing and it was going off like all the time. I had like 100 or more notifications a day just from this group. And we were expected to follow up and everything. And they had removed me from everything and sent me this generic message that was like, we're sorry, it's not you, it's me, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes people just aren't a good fit, yada, yada, yada. Well, it felt like I'd been punched in the gut.
Wow.
Like I had done everything and I was so enjoying being in this group and thinking that, oh, this is awesome. And then I just get sucker punched right in the gut.
Oh.
Here it is. Found it. Let me see here.
That's
This person I spoke to.
That's dumb though. Like how do you expect people to keep it up and doing those things for a fucking Facebook group? Like,
well, they expect you to
on.
not have any life and do it yourself. But
Right.
Jarf reached out to one of the mods.
There were concerns and complaints regarding rude behaviors. That's literally the best part of this message that explains what they thought.
That's dumb.
Wow.
That's
I'm so
ridiculous.
rude, you know. In hindsight, there was a giveaway that I did with another member in the group, another mod, and there was 3 of us that were doing it, and 2 of us were doing all the work, and the third one was taking all the credit.
Huh.
So I messaged the admins of the group, and I said, "Look, I'm a little concerned. I'm doing this thing with another member, and so and I have done just about all the work, and she's taking all the credit. How do I handle that?" Apparently that was me being complaining and me being rude and me being disrespectful, because this other mod, the one that was taking all the credit, I was supposed to be respectful because she was like an older woman, and she had disabilities, and like this was her favorite thing to do, and I'm just like, seriously?
Wow.
Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Move on. So, in hindsight, I am glad that I'm not in that group anymore, but it was still hard because when I got removed, they blocked me from the group, not just removed me as a mod. They kicked me out of the Facebook group and kicked Jarf out as well. And I found out later on, kicked out 3 of my other friends that aren't related to this, like our group, that I know in real life. 3 other moms that live around here that I know. And they were just like, what the? I was like, I have no idea. So it is what it is, but for a little bit it left a bad taste in my mouth, and I needed a break from Animal Crossing.
I hear you.
I needed to reevaluate and see what I really wanted. And then I'm just like, dude, I'm still cool. I can still do this. it also reminded me that one of my other favorite Facebook groups for Animal Crossing, I hadn't really been in it, and it's mommies of AC Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yeah, mommies of ACNH, and you have to be a mom or a parent in order to join this group, and it's very low key. And it's just people helping people. It's like nothing fancy. You know, you just have to be respectful and kind and helpful. Now, the one thing I do miss is the access to Treasure Islands. Holy shit. I had access at any given time as a mod to at least 20 Treasure Islands, 23 hours a day.
Wow.
And I'm just like, oh, it's hard. Yeah, that kind of, some people are like, oh, that ruins it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, it just means I don't have to grind and wait for shit that I want to decorate my island. But not in hindsight, I guess, the funny thing is, the day before they kicked me from the group, I was on a treasure island at just the right time, so I got max bells on one of my characters. So I can't get any more money on on my main character. I can just spend it and give it. So
Nice.
Nice.
But when I have been playing, since there hasn't been any new updates, Nintendo,
Well, they can't update the game every month.
They are supposed to release new stuff very regularly. They have added 3 new items this time, and they're supposedly celebrating different festivals. There's something for the Moon Festival. There's a couple things, but it's the same stuff they've had last year. So we'll see. I'm getting excited for the new Halloween, with Halloween coming. I've been decorating my island, and I ran into something that I have heard about but never have experienced, and that's game lag. Because if you put too many items in one spot, the game kind of gets a little slow. So you run and you see nothing, and then you stand there, and then there's everything.
The game can just render everything.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I know.
Some
like,
tips I've heard.
That's what happens when you use an APU that's 8 years old.
Yeah. So
Just saying.
I've ran around my island and I noticed a change. I turned off all the Halloween trees that had glowing pumpkins. Like, I turned off anything with an animation or a light, and that helped significantly.
Yeah.
So
I know that, like, back when Sarah and I were playing more of Animal Crossing for it there, we started to get to that point as well with the island, especially because I let her design it. It was pretty much her baby. And it got to the same point where basically there was just so much put into it there just for the design that she was going for it, where it just was starting to get that loading lag, just going between sections and areas and that sort.
yeah,
and it just happens. Unfortunately, there's a memory limit.
I was really happy with my island, and I was like, I'm done, yes. And then I looked at it and went, ugh, like, I don't want, no, like, I need to change it again. So I am in the process of taking down the wedding that's been set up on my beach for like over a year now. And
That's a long wedding. Holy shit.
I know, right? And
always the honeymoon.
Right? Well, I had the whole thing set up like on the big beach next to my airport. I had like, you'd enter in, and then there was like the wedding area where like the ceremony would take place, and then there was like a reception area, and then there was like a dance floor. It was really cute on this whole big beach. But anywho,
nice.
I'm starting to do something I never thought I would actually put on my island, and I'm making little fenced-in areas for my villagers. So I'm giving them their own little plots, and there's a whole bunch of stuff about this on like Pinterest and some of the Facebook groups and on Instagram of like screenshots of villager spots and decorating things different themes, and so I'm kind of doing that. I don't know, my game, it's I hadn't played until today, and it's feeling really good to play again slowly. Yeah, but I gotta take some things down so it's not so laggy, and I'm doing a lot of work with flowers. Those don't get lagged out. But besides Animal Crossing, I have been playing a lot of Lego City Undercover. We've already talked a lot about that. But I'm having an issue where, and I think I'm gonna have to contact Nintendo directly, because if we play the copy I have of Lego City Undercover for more than an hour, the game crashes.
Gotcha.
And then you lose all your progress since you saved last, and the game has an auto save.
Oh, so you can
And
even
it
save
says-
whenever you want.
Right, it auto saves, and so it's been really frustrating, especially if I'm playing with Frostling, and we've worked really hard to he's worked really hard, and he's unlocked a car, and he's so excited, and then the game crashes, and then we go back in, and he doesn't have the car.
Right.
Tantrum ensues.
Wow.
And then we get hard, we do it again, and then the game crashes, and then tantrum ensues, and I think I've got to call Nintendo, because everything I looked up online said that my copy could be corrupted.
Yeah, that could be the case.
That sucks.
Is it a digital download or a physical copy? Digital.
Yep.
If you haven't done it already, I would have you just go ahead and uninstall and reinstall it from the store.
Yeah.
But won't that get rid of all of our data?
No, it will keep the saves. It will just reinstall the game. So.
Oh,
Right,
phew.
exactly. Because I mean, I've had
Yeah.
stuff like that before with digital copies, where the digital copy just didn't download properly and the files like get corrupted.
Yeah.
And that's literally what you do. You just uninstall the game itself, and then just reinstall it while keeping the save.
Okay.
Turn
I'm
it
gonna
off
have
and
to
on
try
again.
that. Now.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare, sir! And I see you laughing, Jarf. I'm pointing at you. I don't know where the window's going to be at the end of this, but I'm pointing at you.
It's here.
It's right there.
You should be pointing up this direction.
Okay, well, whatever.
There you go. Now you got it.
Unplug and my favorite is hold the power button until the light goes out. Then wait, count to 10, and then when you push it again, the blue light will be flashing. So I get frustrated. My little guy gets frustrated. So because he's worked so hard and
right.
Goodness.
It's a rough situation. Yeah, definitely.
It is. So I'll have to try that. And I also discovered something cool that even Jarf didn't know about the Switch.
Oh, what's that?
If your Switch, my big Switch is hooked up to the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I turned on the TV, and it was not on the right port or anything. Press and hold the home button, and it automatically turns on the Switch and forces it to connect to the TV, at least our TV.
What? Without it being on the port?
So
Yes!
Here's my Switch, my real Switch, right?
Yeah.
Press the power button on top, turn it off. Not touch anything else. Hold down the home button. Come on. Now you're making a monkey out of me. There you go. It turns on.
I did it on my controller. I tried it on everything, and it prompts our input. Do you want this in blah blah blah? So I just push yes, and there it is on the screen.
So imagine this in the dock.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
and instead of walking over wherever you got the dock and pressing the power button, you grab whatever controller you have, be it the Joy-Cons, be it a Pro controller or whatever. Just hold down the home button. Everything turns on.
There it goes.
So,
Also, if you're playing the game and you want to stop quickly, and you need to put your system to sleep really quickly, press and hold the home button, and it offers you to put it to sleep.
Yep, I've seen that one before. But so so Efson, I think you and I are on kind of the same page here for it. So I want to make sure. So even if the Switch is not on the dock, you're getting it coming up on your screen with your TV?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second. Whoa. Hold up now.
No, they haven't invented wireless streaming technology for the Switch yet. No.
That's where I'm thinking like,
mine's on the dock.
What kind of weird partnership have I have not heard about?
Right. So mine's on the
basically-
dock, and my Joy-Cons are in my comfort grip.
Yeah.
If I press and hold
Oh, it's gonna
the
link up
home
there.
button,
Okay.
it's gonna
That
wake
makes sense.
my Switch up,
Can
send
I,
a message. Yeah, go ahead, Flo.
Yes.
Can I be
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I be really cynical again? People watching this are gonna think I'm like a Switch Nintendo hater, but I swear I'm not. Okay, I swear I'm not. But This is something that's been available on Xbox 360 and PS3.
We know that.
Right?
I just discovered it and Jarf didn't know!
Even the Wii had a power button on the Wiimote to turn the Wii on.
Right.
Right,
The
right.
Wii U
Awesome.
also had it. I didn't know it about the Switch at all. I thought the Switch you had to physically push the power button all the time.
Yeah, you'll feel even less...
Which, to be fair,
my son discovered it.
if the Switch is docked, it would kind of make sense that you would have to press
Yeah.
Yeah.
the power
I'm
button.
used to hanging over
Right?
this counter, pushing the button, running to find the remote so I can click the input before the Switch goes to sleep. And Frostling, he's sitting over there waiting to play, and he's fidgeting with the controller, and all of a sudden I'm like, what? He goes, I said, what did you do? He goes, I'm sorry! I'm like, no. What button did you push? Mommy wants to know. Oh, I pushed and held the house button.
That's
Like
funny.
seriously, I thought there for just it was what kind of technical logical magic bullshit have I missed out with Nintendo over the last couple months?
Yes,
okay,
it wirelessly controls
it's
from
going back to that
another
whole thing.
house, speedway,
I just go back to the whole thing. They're talking about, oh, hey, we're gonna introduce a Bluetooth thing here for you. But did you know you can now connect digitally, wirelessly to your TV with it? What the Nintendo?
Now that would be
My
cool.
God,
There we
The
go.
Switch is not that powerful.
That
what
would
I'm
be
saying.
really cool.
I'm looking at I'm just listening to this, and I'm like, wait a second, hold up. Hold
Hold the phone.
Do-
Yeah, so
Oh
I
my
thought
God.
something.
Do we think maybe that's the next advancement in the Switch technology? Maybe for consoles like the Switch Lite,
Yeah.
which you cannot dock.
I
everything.
imagine so.
Right?
I imagine
Maybe
so.
have-
Honestly.
Maybe have that
The-
streaming thing to
the
your
limit-
TV.
Let me interrupt. The limitation of the Switch Lite is the fact that the chip that the big Switch uses to stream to the TV is not present
Right.
in it at all.
Right, but I mean for the next iterations of the Switch, right?
Maybe
the
they
next
can make an
model or whatever.
adapter or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
I had to say this, but I
Oh.
haven't touched my Switch Lite in a long time.
Guys, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sure.
So yeah, I know we're talking about some of the different things going on with Nintendo and some of the things we're hoping for and that sort. But
I'm hoping that they will upgrade Animal Crossing more often, especially for those of us who've been playing it since the beginning or close to the beginning. Some of the holidays, they're the same again and again and again. And
How
they
how
could
long
do
ago?
different things.
How long ago did it come out?
March of last year.
Yeah,
March of
March
last
right when
year.
the pandemic
okay,
started.
alright.
It was huge at the beginning of the
Right.
pandemic.
For some reason, I thought it was older than that. It's really not that old.
No, when
Oh.
it came out, it was March because I picked it up in April.
Animal Crossing itself is older.
Oh yeah, no,
than
the franchise.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
New
Yeah.
Animal
Horizons
Crossing
came
New
out
Horizons.
March of last year.
Right, that's what I meant.
Yes. And when it came out, it was right before when they were doing the their version of Easter, which is they call it the egg day, and they had a bunch of eggs and all that junk, and you had to collect
creepiest
so many
mascot
eggs to oh my god, yes. And they try to do some really cute things for different holidays, but they've missed the mark on some.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're missing so many things. They'll introduce these really cute items that are multicultural from different parts of the world, but with nothing for them to be used for or to go to.
I mean, yeah, they don't elaborate on it. They just
Nope.
give you some good
We got
style,
a
and
moon
that's
rug
really
because we're celebrating the Moon Festival. Great, what's the Moon Festival and what does it have to do with my game? Except I gave you a nice rug that looks like the moon. Oh, and these moon ball cakes.
I was gonna
I
say,
don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
You don't even get a moon cake?
We get these little moon ball cakes. Yep, that's it.
Moon cakes are awesome.
Yeah, but there's no reasoning as to why they want, they just stick it in there.
Yeah.
Because it's
And
the season, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, but I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
not for us here in North America, but in Asian culture, that's kind of a season
yes,
for it, right?
yes. But I wish there was more
Okay.
in the game to explain, why. I wish they would do Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
I wish they would, do something for fall. Other than just change the grass to brown, and you could shake the trees and get acorns stung by a bee, stung by a wasp, or get pine cones.
there
Like,
really needs to
great.
be some more variety, but I wonder, like, because I mean, like, when it comes to like regular like updates for their games, Nintendo tends to be sometimes lackluster when it comes to that. Like they'll
Right.
hesitate and wait and hold, and the
Yep.
updates will be kind of staggered. And
Yeah.
I don't
But
know if
they
they'll really
shouldn't have
support it too
promised
much.
us that, though.
And
They
they're-
shouldn't have promised.
And
Oh, I agree.
They're
I agree.
probably working on the next one already, because it takes them years to make a game, which is why they're
Yeah,
so good
true.
typically, right?
Mhm.
Because it took them a long time to make them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
And I mean, like I hear you complain about, oh, there's not enough content, not enough regular updates, or blah blah blah. And I'm sitting here, I've been playing Overwatch for 5 years. We haven't had new content for 3.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right.
know. And there's more and there's a lot more too that I can do in the game. There's a lot more that's there for me to explore. Like I've just only breached the surface of learning how to design clothes.
Right.
Like I was like, ooh, like I can design, path. Well, I can't really design paths, but I can design, pixel art for different things. But
Right.
I was like, oh, maybe I can try designing a dress, and I did, and it looks pretty weird, but I did it. I made like a Halloween dress, but it's nothing like I can see people that make, and I cannot figure out how they do it.
Right.
They must have art
It's-
tools like you do.
Well, it's just a matter of really just kind of learning what kind of tools that you have, and then experimenting
Yeah.
and what you can learn and do with it. And that's what a lot of these people do with it here. But essentially, again, that's part of like how these games work. Is that like it's a matter of like how much you put into it and what you get out of it.
Yeah,
why-
I'm not
that's
gonna
how
sit
these-
there for 8 hours to design a dress. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, I don't blame you. But that's how these games work. Is that they want you to explore and exhibit and try to figure out what you can of it. And I honestly think that part of what Nintendo does a lot with their games is that they just want you to kind of explore it, whether it be a Mario game or an Animal Crossing game or
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda or like a Metroid. They want you
Exactly.
to, they want you to just get into it and then figure it out.
Figure it
Basically,
out yourself, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then if you think about it, this just kind of popped into my head of, yeah, there's no new content update right now,
Mhm.
but I don't know if you know, but what did Nintendo and Animal Crossing just do with Target? They just re-released exclusively all of their series 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Amiibo cards. And I've spent enough money on those. I've got 12 more packs arriving this week.
Oh wow.
Because there's
$4 a
406.
piece.
$5.99, $6 a pack.
Yep.
And you can only buy them at Target. And guess
Mhm.
what? Now, whatever's been shipped to the store is at the store, and they're not going to be shipped to the store anymore. You have to buy them back online through Target's website.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
they did a limited release in a short amount of time.
Mm.
So it's the same like they did with the Sanrio ones.
Right.
They've done it with all the other ones. So
Like-
yeah, it keeps bringing new stuff in. So, but I want to hear about other stuff too today because I've talked enough.
No problem. So Flo, I know you got quite a bit going on here for it, but especially with the whole PlayStation showcase recently, right?
Yeah. PlayStation Showcase was like a couple weeks ago now. So, just for disclaimer, I do not have a PS5 and I'm holding off buying a PS5. First, because they're really hard to find
well.
anyway.
Right.
Like, they're super hard to find. And second, because I don't think there's enough games on it right now that are worth buying a PS5 for. But that showcase, dude, Sony showed the world how to do a showcase. They were like, oh yeah, Nintendo do their things. Oh yeah, Xbox do their things. Hold my beer, guys. There you go. Boom. And that was good. That was freaking
It was
good.
fantastic. Yes.
So first of all, we start opening like straight up. We get right into it. Knights of the Old Republic remake. Out of nowhere, even though it was rumored that it was being worked on. And just that, it's like, okay, all right, that sets the tone. Like that's gonna be a good one.
Sets the tone for you. Yep.
It really does. So like, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, the first one. Second one not as much, but the first one was really, really, really good. So I really enjoyed that reveal. Am I super excited for the game? Not really. Which is kind of contradictory. I know it's weird, especially me being a big Star Wars fan. But I think I may have talked about it on the show before, but like I'm not super huge on companies banking on nostalgia rather than making new stuff, and that's my problem with it. It's like, why are you remaking the first one instead of making a third one? Kind of thing, right? Like I would have rather them make a new Knights of the Republic proper than remake the old one, because even though it's a lot of work, like they're making it for the PS5 and the PC, so it's gonna look amazing. I have no doubt. But it's a game we've already played, right? Kind of thing. And like, so that's why I'm not super excited. Will I buy it? Yeah, for sure. On PC though, not PS5. I'll buy it on PC. Like,
Right.
100%. Yeah, of course I will. But am I super excited? Not too much. Some people would disagree with me. That's fine. But I will say though, it's great for the people who never played it. There are a lot of people who never played the first game because it was so long ago, right? What was it, like 15, 20 years ago or some shit?
Something like that, yeah.
Almost 20 because it was released on the original Xbox.
Right, almost 20, so.
Oh, man.
So a lot of people will get to play it, which is great. Which is the only advantage I find, personally, into remakes and remasters, right, of all titles. And then after that, so I don't exactly remember the order that the games were shown, but we got some God of War Ragnarok news, and I'm so excited for that. I am so excited for the new God of War. It looks amazing. I love the first one. When the first one came out and I played that, I didn't play it on release, I played it a bit later. That's all I did for 2 weeks. I was like, I am not stopping this game. I was like, I'm not quitting this game until I got the platinum for it. Like, I was so deep into it. It was so good. So I'm really, really excited for that one. It looks really, really cool. It's not made by the same director though, so we'll have to see how that goes. But
sure.
Yeah, really excited for that. And then we got two big ones. We got Spider-Man 2 coming up with Miles Morales inside, and Venom as a villain.
Right. That looks great. I mean, I wasn't expecting to go there either, but like just having both Spider-Man in there for it, and then with Venom too.
Venom at the end was teased at the end of the trailer. You didn't actually see him during the time, but I'm so excited. Spider-Man, the first game is one of those. It was the same as God of War. It's like I started playing it. I actually bought Spider-Man on day one, and that's all I played. It's one of the few PlayStation games I've platinumed as well. It's insane.
Spider-Man is the one reason why I bought my PS4.
Right. And totally worth. Like, I'm
Don't get any ideas. You're not buying a PS5 just so you can play the Spider-Man game, Jarf.
If I bought a PS5, it wouldn't be for like another 5 years anyway.
Yeah.
Woo!
Like it won't be for a while anyway. I don't even know if we have a release date for Spider-Man 2, but yeah. And the other one is the Wolverine game. Anybody?
Yeah.
Made by Insomniac.
I love that teaser.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Whoa.
Oh.
And that was it.
I am so curious, like how they're gonna do it, like like how it's gonna with the the gameplay, the story for it here. I'm so curious, like what they're gonna do with it.
I'm very excited because it's made by Insomniac.
I am too. Yeah.
Very excited.
It's looking really good.
It looks really good. So those were like the main games that really blew me away. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm on board. By the end of next year, I'm buying a PS5. I know. You got me. Like you sold me some. Yeah, I'm good. We got a few other things as well. We got a release date for Gran Turismo 7.
Yep, saw that.
When is that? Next March, coming out. I'm not a huge Gran Turismo fan, to be honest. I'm more of a Forza Horizon fan.
I do.
Which comes out
with that part of the reveal though, like when it came to the showcase, I did like the customization options that they showed in the game, like with all the different decals and designs you can do and stuff like that there. And I find with these racing games, it seems like as we're progressing more and more with them, we're getting a lot more options like that. And just seeing that in that game, I'm not a big Gran Turismo fan myself. And I'm not even really a big racing fan myself for here, but I love games that have that kind of level of customization where you can really just kind of design what you want to do with it here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of I bought the last was it Need for Speed Underground game or whatever, and it had some levels of that as well, and I mostly just got it just because of that, to be honest.
Right.
So I mean, so that was exciting for me just seeing that. Like I said, never played a Turismo game, but it honestly just seeing that kind of level of customization was like, oh. So it interested me quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'll get it. I don't know if I'll buy it. I do have Gran Turismo 6 on the PS4, which I played quite a bit of. Not a crazy lot, but quite a bit. And I do like that aspect of the Gran Turismo games, like that kind of. It's obviously more of simulation. Kind of.
Are they driving
racing.
games?
Yeah, they're racing.
Yeah,
games.
yeah, racing games.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Yeah, but that's why I'm more of a Forza Horizon guy. Like, I'm not even a Forza Motorsport guy. I would just like the Horizon series specifically.
I gotta try it myself, honestly.
Because it has that kind of. It has
Open world game.
Yeah, it's open world, and it's kind of a good balance between simulation and arcade.
Okay.
I know for me, whenever there's a driving game, let's just say there's a learning curve, and most of the time I either end up in the ditch upside down or my car explodes. Even with Lego City Undercover, I was like, I'm driving. My car just blew up because I ran into a tree. So I don't know.
So it's kind of like a cross between Grand Prix and bumper car.
Bumper boats.
Bumper boats? Oh God.
Yeah, bumper boats. That's how bad.
That's funny.
I don't know if it's just like how I am, but no. Mario Kart, I'm off the sides. Like, I cannot do driving. He can testify for that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like Mario Kart.
Okay,
Mario Kart is one of those Nintendo games I actually really enjoy.
Oh yeah. Me too.
Yeah, Jarv is a pro at that.
I won't say I'm a pro, but I am pretty good at it. Dude,
My
you put me
kiddo
in a
thinks he's
professional
a
tournament,
pro.
I would suck.
My kiddo, Frostling, thinks that Jarv is like the king of Mario Kart.
That's because
Go easy on us!
That's because I keep kicking his butt.
That's okay. That's okay, Isabella. You should have seen him when I was playing Mario Kart with him and his son last time when they were up here.
Cheater! You cheated!
No, you can't cheat at Mario Kart.
Just like you can't cheat in Smash Brothers.
There is no cheating. There's only skill.
Exactly.
There is only skill. But those Smash Brothers does have RNG.
When I was a kid, okay, my brother and I would play games all the time, and I was better at the games because I played them all the time. He told me, "Oh, you're cheating because you play the games." All right, whatever. She said the exact same thing last night. She accused me of cheating because I was kicking her ass in Smash Brothers.
He was like, he knew all the controls, and he's like, okay, so you have, this is this, and if you see an extra item on the ground, make sure you push A to pick up the item and use it. What does he do? He whacks me and then runs to get the item every damn time. And I'm like, and then it goes KO, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's this trophy. You're supposed to go grab him.
I couldn't because he whacked, and then I'm just like, that's it, done. Not playing this game with you anymore.
But to be fair, that's not cheating. It's just knowing the game better.
Thank you.
I know, but in my anger,
I would say in her defense, though, I know how. In her defense, though, I know how Jarf is. Just be like, okay, this is up, down, left, right. That's how you move. A, B, punch, kick, blah, blah, blah. Go, boom, 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 boom.
That's how you learn.
Okay.
You get your ass
So, like,
kicked.
to get a middle ground, I wouldn't call that cheating, but I might call that an unfair advantage.
thank you.
Totally an unfair advantage, and I took advantage of that.
Yeah. Mhm. And I'm sitting there going, okay.
Not even ashamed of it.
And he's like, A is attack, B is the super attack. I don't even remember what he said Y was, and X was jump.
So is Y. Y is
And
also
I'm like,
jump.
okay. And he goes, and you push A when you want to pick up the item. Got it? Okay. So I'm holding the thing like this, and I'm going, okay, X, B, B. Bam! I'm like, ah!
Why are you looking at your buttons on your controller? Don't you know what the buttons are on your controller by now?
Yes, but I have to commit them to muscle memory. Like, I look at it and I go, okay, B is power attack, A is this one, and I move my thumb around the buttons and put it to muscle memory. It's how
okay, all right. I'm bringing it around. Okay, all right.
Yep.
And before I could even finish, bam! Yoshi's just like bouncing along, going, woo!
Well, there you go. That's the problem. You're playing Yoshi.
I like.
Ah.
Oh no, it wasn't that. I played Yoshi. I played Mario. I even played Bowser, and he kicked my ass on all three.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're all C tier. You're not. You need to play the S tier characters if you want to game. If you want to get.
He was playing the only one that was unlocked.
I haven't unlocked a whole lot of characters yet.
Oh, okay.
Who were you playing?
Me, I was playing myself.
Oh, you're playing your me.
Oh,
Why did I
you're
think you play your me?
playing
Why did I
me?
think you play your me?
That's
Like that-
fun.
Now I can just see a picture. Now I can just see a picture of him like on the me itself, where it's just like.
He doesn't smile, but yeah, it's something like that.
Right. Winning pose, just him just curling up his beard.
I think that if either of you could be, you heard the phrase "a mouse in the corner" when we play video games and no one else is home. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, how about that
Oh,
PlayStation 5?
Oh, that's great. Okay, PlayStation 5. Yes, the other thing I'm pretty excited for is they finally announced a release date for the remaster of Alan Wake.
Yes.
And
yes.
I know, I just said 5 minutes ago that I'm not big into nostalgia and people remaking games instead of making new ones. I know, I said that. You can don't at me. But I'm still excited. I'm excited for the Alan Wake remake because the Alan Wake games are really, really good. And I recently played Control, made by the same company. And there is some kind of link between Control and Alan Wake in the lore, not necessarily in the story, but in the lore at least. So I'm very, very excited for that. I think it's going to be fun. And it comes out in at the time we're recording this, in 2 weeks from now, which is for me pretty unexpected. I don't think it would be that early, to be honest. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was that soon. Wow.
It's like, well, Far Cry 6 comes out in what, 2 or 3 weeks.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6
Yeah,
comes out
yeah.
soon. They also showed Deathloop, which has come out already by the time we're recording this.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it's really, really good. Deathloop.
Mhm.
It's made by the guys who made the Dishonored games, Arcane Studio. And apparently it's very, very, very good. A lot of people are enjoying that. So now I'm kind of torn because I was like, maybe I'll wait for it. Like, I like the Dishonored games. But this one I was like, it looks cool. Like, I like the art style and I like the concept, but I'll probably wait. And
Yeah.
it looks cool. But anyway, yeah, I think is that it? Hold on, I'm going through my list. Yeah, that was a gameplay trailer for the spin-off of Rainbow Siege. I don't really care for. I don't know if you guys do, but
I don't. It feels so off from it.
yeah, it does feel.
Yeah, like it feels such a weird side depth, and I don't know. I'm not feeling it either.
Right. Oh, the thing. A couple things that kind of caught my eye. Project Eve. I don't know if
Yes. Yes, I was
What?
looking at that too.
Project Eve. Like, I was like, okay, you got my attention. What is going on?
Right. It's kind of like oh god, what's the name of the game now?
So Project
I'm
Eve
trying to think
is a hack and slash. It's kind of like a mix between Bayonetta and Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
By the looks of it.
Mhm.
And
Okay, I've heard of Devil May Cry.
and that looks fun as hell.
Which Devil May Cry?
I don't know, whichever one my friend Andrew
Not
played.
you. Which one? You said it's a mixture between Devil May Cry. Which one? The remake or the original series?
No, I would say that DMC5, the one that came out recently.
The more recent one,
Yeah, the latest one that came out.
The original series, then. Okay, not the remake.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like a combination between that and Bayonetta and that sort. It's got kind of this Chinese influence on it, and it looks really, really good.
It looks really good.
I'm with you on that. Like I had to watch it a few times over. Just I was like, man, this looks great. But yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a date for it though, so I know it might be. Like I'm kind of scared of those kinds of games because they look really cool and they look interesting, and then they don't get a date, but they're just shown as a project. Like, oh yeah, here's something we're working on. Like, here's what a PS5 can do. We swear we're making a game for it, and the game never comes out.
I mean,
It's just
and
a
that's
demo kind of thing.
right, and that's that's like my only so that's like really my only hesitation with some of those, because like we haven't seen a whole lot of those issues where somebody would show off something and then they not get produced.
Yeah.
But there have been a few over the last 5 years
Mm-hmm.
that have done that. And I can think of one or two offhand. I can't think of the names right now, but I know one or two projects that were actually posted up there. I know for like Xbox, and it was one of them. And it was kind of like, from what I remember of it, it was kind of a mix of like Monster Hunter and Devil May Cry,
Right.
if I remember correctly. And that was good. That was shown to be really promising. But they just dropped the whole project. The studio just like, I think cut it.
That made
I forget what it was called, but yeah.
that made big waves too, because a lot of people were waiting for that. Oh shit, how's it called?
Yeah.
I forget how it's called too. But yeah, I know which game you
know which one? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, oh man. But yeah, PlayStation has some really amazing stuff here for it.
They have some really cool stuff, dude. I'm actually kind of excited. They also announced the PS5 upgrade to Uncharted 4, but the part that interests me is that they now support a PC port of it, so that's coming to a PC, which is great. I haven't played all the Uncharted games. I've played a couple of them. But if they come to PC, and if they are able to do PC ports that are the quality of Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn, those kind of games, if they can make it as good for PC, that's gonna be great. I hope they make more. Like, I hope they port more of those PlayStation exclusive games to PC.
You know what I'm holding out for? I want my Ghost of Tsushima on PC.
Yeah,
I want that on PC.
I'll be surprised if they don't do it eventually.
Yeah.
Like once the wave is past, because I think Ghost of Tsushima just got its PS5 upgrade or something, right? Not too long ago.
It did, and then it also had another little update as well, where they introduced another island into the expansion for it. After because they haven't had any really updates since the last year's multiplayer update that they did, and the new game plus. So this is an actual addition to it here for it. They have a separate island that you can go to and have to fight more Mongols and that sort. And it looks really cool. I've seen an uptick of it on Twitch recently, just because of the new update. I need to get back into it. Honestly, I love that game. I've got it for the PS4, but my hesitation has been I wanted to either come out on PC or myself get a PS5 so I can play the PS5 version before I get back into it. And I hate it because I love it, but at the same time,
yeah, no, I totally get you. We're in that weird time period. I feel where we're in between generations, right? And so some of the games come out for the older generations and they get an upgrade to the new one, or some of them just come for both at the same time. To me, that's the worst time to be in, because it's do you buy the new system or do you buy the game on the older system? It's I hate that. I really hate that. That's why I'm kind of in the camp of I'm just waiting, and I'm fine if I'm not playing any of those games, and I'll just get a PS5 later when those games are here, so I can play them. Or even better, now if they make PC versions, that's even better. Because what's holding me back right now? As good as the PS4 is. For games like Ghost of Tsushima, or even God of War or Spider-Man, which is why I'm excited for Spider-Man 2 being on PS5, it's those are great games, but being able to play it at a higher resolution at 60 frames per second, that just changes everything.
Oh yeah,
it does. It makes a difference. It really does.
Right?
The one thing that gets me is you buy the new console, you're $500-$600 into it. It lasts anywhere from 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
But in that time, you could have you upgrade your PC 2, 3, maybe 4 times, and whatever you're playing will look 10 times better on your PC than it will the console.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my for me, I jumped the gun. I bought the game because I was so eager into it, because I love samurai stuff and things about Japan, stuff like that there, and I was I gotta play this game. I gotta. And I loved it. I didn't beat it, but I loved it. But the only reason why I stopped is because I had that move that I had to get, that kind of interrupted everything, and there was all the weird, crazy stuff that happened around that time. And I just never got back into it because of just everything that was going on. And for me, I would love to get back into it, but my plot is that now at this point, I'm waiting to see if I can get a PS5 or if it comes to PC, because I'd rather play it on a newer system and with better graphics, and really enjoy myself on it here for it. Not to say that I wouldn't do it on the PS4,
Right.
but again, we're on the tail end of the end of this generation, and it's hard to justify playing it on there for it here, and with so much going on, like I'm willing to buy a PS4 eventually when the price comes down, or
PS5.
or if I have to buy it again for PC, I don't
Yeah.
mind. It's a great game; it deserves it, and I'm okay with that. I just really want better
sorry.
graphics when I play it again. Yeah, go ahead.
I can't justify spending that kind of money on a new console when I can buy the PC parts that I want for the same price to play all the games I want to play instead of buying a system for 1-2 games.
Right.
I got you.
Because as Flo was talking earlier with the price of like Nintendo games, you buy a console, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or the Xbox One X or whatever. Games are set almost at a constant price of $50-$60. You get a PC game. Hey, look, it releases say in 2 weeks, like Far Cry 6. You'll find it on sale during like the Steam Winter Sale or the Steam Spring Sale or Summer Sale for 20, 30, 40% off.
Right.
And you can buy it for a third of the price that you were going to pay for it brand new. You can't do that with console unless you buy it used, and most people don't want to buy a used game anymore.
Yeah.
So, because nobody wants to buy a physical copy, everyone's digital copies.
Right. That's true. And yeah, that's
I like digital copies because then if you misplace it, you don't have to buy it 2, 3, 4 times, like our copy of Mario Party. So I said, screw it, and bought a digital.
There are pros and cons to digital and to physical copies. Like
there are 2 physical copies, I think, lost. One?
Well, like for the longest time, I was really hardcore physical copies. It's like I don't care. Like I couldn't buy it digital, especially like during the PS3 era. Because I bought most of my games in disc form. Because I was like, I like having the real thing. There's that collector feeling to it, right? You get your thing, you can touch it, like it's great. But then as time went on, and it's even more true now, it's like, first of all, I don't want to go out see people to buy something those times. And on top of it all, it's like when a game, like let's say tomorrow, like a game comes out tomorrow, so usually it will be activated like around midnight or like early in the morning. Like I could literally go on Steam and then buy it, or like go on PlayStation. You can do it on PlayStation 2 and buy the game and preload it and play the second it comes out. Instead of having to wait for the store to open, go get your disc, go home, pop the disc in, wait 20 minutes for the disc to install on the console because no console reads from the disc anymore. So you have to wait for that to install on the console, and then you need to download the day one patch. So 3 hours later, finally you can play the game when everybody's already finished it.
Yep.
Cartridges for the Switch are the exact same way.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Right?
Hey, God, speaking of that, just thinking about those experiences with like the midnight releases and stuff like that, like literally waiting outside.
Yeah, waiting outside in the
freeze your butt off, like granted, like it was fun because there was people there that you could talk to sometimes, and it was sometimes a fun moment.
Yeah.
But also, thinking back to it here for it, if I had the luxury like I have now, where simply I just pre-order, download, go make a cup of joe, and I'm good to go.
Right? Yeah.
Seriously.
Like there's so much more convenience, and then there is the other side of the argument that some people bring up sometimes, like when you buy a game online, like what happens when the servers shut down, right? You basically lost the game, and there's the aspect of you don't actually own the game, you just own the license to the game. So if the developer for some reason decides they don't want you to play the game anymore, they can block you even if you paid like $150 for it. Whereas if you have a physical copy, all you have to do is just pop it in and reinstall the game.
Like when the 360, I know it's obviously long past its lifetime, but when they finally shut down all the servers for the 360, any games you haven't downloaded, they're gone.
They're gone, yeah.
Even if you got an Xbox One with Game Pass and capability, backwards compatibility, you're still going to lose the games you had on 360.
Yeah.
So,
And that's the danger, I guess, of digital gaming right now, is that we're pretty much at the mercy of those companies on the servers, right? If something happens, well, the games are gone.
a prime example of that is I'm starting to get back into Band Hero and Rock Band and all that because I found a couple of guitars around here. I bought a whole set of tracks for Rock Band long time ago. I don't think I can access them anymore on the Xbox 360 store.
Yeah, because the
Because they're
servers are
gone.
servers are gone, so you can't get them
Because
anymore.
I had the touch from the Transformers movie on Rock Band, and I can't find it anymore because it's gone. So,
something else to that, just kind of going like not with like older systems, but like with the like newer stuff, like mobile gaming, for example. I have bought multiple versions of different assets in Fruit Ninja for my son.
Okay.
And they've come up with like 2-3 different versions of the game over the last like 10 years. And each and every time they come up with a new version here for it, I have to rebuy some of the additional content that comes up there for it. And I mean, it's not a whole lot of money. We're talking about
You
maybe
shouldn't
like
have to do that. You should be able to restore purchase or contact them to restore
that's
purchase.
That's not a thing.
That's not a thing. They'll come up with a new edition, and it'll confuse the consumer because they'll have like a classic version, or they'll have just regular, just like this here for it, and it'll be like the same game, but it'll be slightly different UI, slightly different stuff for it here.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It is. It really is. That's why I don't. That's why I don't buy the stuff anymore. I'm like, if my son wants to play the game, he'll play the base game and unlock the stuff himself. That's it. But
like with Jarf when we had that problem with Nintendo. And remember when they banned one of your accounts for stupidness? And however they resolved it, it was just like I can't remember, but we lost a copy of Animal Crossing somehow.
No, we gained it back. So I had bought her a copy of Yoshi's Island off of G2A.com.
Okay.
Was it G2A? And Nintendo flagged my account for buying a fraudulent account.
Oh, I remember this.
There's a problem. You bought something from G2A.
Yeah, it was half price of what I was paying for it. I didn't know. But I had just bought Animal Crossing as well, and I bought the full, I paid full price for it, and it was on digital, so once I lost that account, I'm out of the game. Yeah. So we had to buy it again for a new account I created. It took me like 6 months almost to get the account back. I had to prove that they refunded the money. It took me forever to get a hold of G2A to actually get the refund, but I had to show to Nintendo that I refunded it, or got the refund, and finally got that account unlocked. So now I have 2 digital copies of the game.
Wow.
So,
which is just delightful.
So dumb. So dumb. But yeah,
and the worst
people
part
listening,
was that I had beaten Yoshi Island.
People listening, here's a word of advice from all that. Don't buy game keys from random shady websites.
Yeah.
Like G2A.
Yeah. I am from Nintendo.
G2A is one of the worst websites. Like, I know it was big for a while, and it's been demonstrated that it's actually really bad and shady because a lot of the games are actually bought with stolen trading cards.
What were you thinking, Jarv?
I mean, allegedly, I should say, because I don't know if it's been resolved or not. So just to cover our butts. We'll say
cautious.
We'll say allegedly. But like, don't go on this website. Now, if you're gonna buy it digitally, buy from like reputable sources. Buy from the digital store of your system, or things like Humble Bundle, or like GOG, or those things, right?
Yep.
That's my advice for the week.
Yeah.
So, I guess that being said for here, I guess we can move on to for my segment here at the end here. So, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast here for it, that both F-Son and I both did the reaction video for the Witch Queen reveal for Destiny 2 some time back now at this point. And I did kind of want to go over a little bit about like what was revealed, and also some of the newer stuff that Bungie's been doing to kind of help out the game. So, but But as far as it goes here for it, for the reveal, they revealed the new expansion for Witch Queen coming out officially now on February 22nd of 2022.
Yep. Two.
So two, yep, two. Yep. So absolutely hilarious. But for those who haven't watched it yet for it here, definitely check out the trailer for it here. You can watch our reaction to it as well. But
I'll leave a
it's
card
interesting
somewhere.
because yep, somewhere links somewhere all over.
Links in
I
the
don't. I think
description.
I'm just gonna put it in Jeff's like empty space right now since he's away from the chair.
There we go.
But anyway, but but as far as it goes though, they revealed of course the next big villain is gonna be Sabathoon. Who has been a villain that we've been talking about in the lore in the game for quite some time for it here that we're just right now getting introduced to in the current season. And then we're also revealing a new villain type called the Hive Guardians, which are going to be hive-based enemies that are going to have light powers.
So are they like? Is Hive Guardian the official name? I don't actually know. I thought
That's what Bungie said.
Oh yeah,
That's
okay.
what Bungie called them.
Because
Yeah.
I've also heard Lucent Hive.
I think that's going to be kind of the general term from here, because from what I understand of it, we're going to have like individual like enemy units that are going to be like champions that will be those guardians, more or less. But I do think that they'll have some updated Hive, kind of like what they did with the Moon. Like when they like when they had all the nightmares and stuff like that going on, but they had that kind of updated Hive, wasn't quote unquote Hive, Hive Darkness mixed or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they mean by that when they say like Lucid Hive.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I kind of figure from it. But we're getting a whole bunch of stuff. We're getting a new play, like a new sandbox here for play area for the Sabathoon's throne world, which is going to be like a huge like swamp-like area with her palace, and then also one of the pyramid ships there in the back as well that we've been going over in the story. Yep, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on for it here. They have different levels of difficulty in the campaign that's going to be part of it. They're going to have the new weapon type, the glaive, which is a craftable spear that you'll get that can actually make shots as well. That sounds really cool.
It's the first time we're getting a first-person melee weapon.
Yep. Which I think is a great evolution for what they're doing, especially since they're trying to move away from like third-person perspective, like weaponry and that sort, because of the free peeking with PvP.
Yeah.
Which I'm completely fine with. It actually looks smoother for me.
Yeah.
From when I saw seeing the first-person view of it.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt you, but
no problem.
Jarf, I can hear every little detail, including you putting hand sanitizer on. Yeah, over them talking.
Well,
Holy cow!
At least they put hand sanitizer on, so that's good.
That's true.
Right.
I don't know. It just yeah. Sorry.
No worries.
It was so loud I couldn't hear what Ken was saying.
It's okay. But outside of that though, with the glaive here for it, they're also allowing us to do some weapon crafting, which in the trailer they revealed that or I think it was like in the interviews afterwards here for it, they had mentioned that it's going to be a set kind of a group of like weapons that are going to start off first, which is going to be some of the introduced stuff that they'll be introducing with the season, with the expansion. And then as they progress, they're going to be introducing sets of classic weapons into that pool as well to help to do more crafting with and that sort. So it gives us a whole nother way of pursuing like the kind of weapons we want with the roles that we want without having to do some of the extra stuff for here, which I'm actually very interested in.
Very excited for that too.
Yeah, it looks so good. Looks so good. But yeah, outside of that, therefore, with the reveal of the new expansion, they had talked about they also revealed the next expansion coming up after the following expansion, which Witch Queen comes out next year. Following year is going to be Lightfall, and then the year after that, they revealed the new one, which is going to be the Final Fate, which is going to be the end all of the current saga. After that, it's going to come to a transformative moment where they're going to move forward and show what the new progression is going to be like for the game, which nobody has any real idea. I myself am kind of hoping for a more exploratory expansion where we're going more so outside of the solar system than we are right now for here. That's my kind of hope for it.
Which
we'll see.
Would be great, in terms of expectation. I mean, obviously, we do have to temper our expectations because, first of all, we have no idea what the plan is, so we can only speculate.
True.
And second of all, there's only so much they can do now as a game studio. No, we can be too crazy. But like you said, I would really like that exploration thing, like getting out of the solar system and something happens in the solar system, like everything goes kaboom, and
Mhm.
we have to leave, whatever, because it would open so many doors and so
Right.
many possibilities, right? Because right now
Right.
we're really limited to the solar system. So like the type of
Mhm.
environments and all those things, like that we know
Mhm.
from science and from astronomy or
Mhm.
whatever.
Right.
Like those planets that we go on
Mhm.
exist.
Mhm.
Like Europa in the game
Mhm.
looks like what we can observe of Europa right now.
Mhm.
But if we go beyond that, we have no idea what the hell's out there. So Bungie can be like, you know what, we're just gonna make shit up as we go.
Right, and that's kind of why I want that kind of progression. And also because if I want to see them tie more of the lore in, which is what they started to do with the story. And it makes it just more of like this, more high sci-fi fantasy, reality to it here for it, and just gives you, a whole bunch of different like avenues where it comes from.
Yeah.
Um, but as far as goes here for it, like outside of that, they did talk also about the new 30th anniversary coming up back in December. Was it in December?
Yeah.
Which that's looking pretty promising. So Bungie's doing this thing where basically they're going to have a kind of a mixed celebration here for it on Destiny that goes back over some of their old games, where they'll be revealing like different like weapons based off weapons and armor types based off the old games that they had, like Myth, Marathon, even Halo a little bit.
Hmm.
Which I don't think they've revealed like every single thing that they're going to introduce here for it, because there's been rumors about like certain weapons that they haven't revealed in the trailer. So I imagine it's going to be more than just what they showed.
Yeah.
But they showed like a Claymore from like Myth. They showed a couple other guns from Marathon. They showed armor sets from
sets,
Marathon set. Yep. They've showed like in promotional things. They showed like kind of mixed armors that have like references from some of the games there for it. Like I think the Titan like freeware set had like a shoulder pad that would look like the Needler with the needles
Yeah.
coming out of it.
Right.
So it looks pretty cool. And then then on top of it, they brought back one of the biggest weapons from Destiny 1, Gallowhorn,
Yeah.
as an exotic quest for it here with that expansion, or with that event, which it could change like the meta in the game for it here.
I don't
But
think it will. Honestly, I don't think it will.
I don't think it will either. I don't think it will, but I
Yeah.
think there's going to be enough popularity into it here where we're going to see
yeah.
a lot more use of it,
We're gonna see it.
especially.
We're definitely
Yeah.
going to see it everywhere. But is
Yep.
it like going to be a meta-defining like boss-breaking weapon? I don't think so.
Right. I think it's going to depend on its catalyst, honestly.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking. Because that's what they're kind of saying. That like they're kind of hinting at, like, if you get the catalyst, you'll bring it back to its full glory, stuff like that. There, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think they want to go there though.
I don't think so either, because
Yeah.
I think it's going to flood it. But again, this is Bungie. They have made mistakes before in the past.
True.
Pinnacle weapons. But anyway, right.
Well, precisely.
But,
like 2 or 3 of them, like Monotype,
Right.
Recluse, and
Right.
Okay.
I watched a video recently about it here for it too, and it was absolutely hilarious that they talked about it. But
I've seen that video too. Was it from
you have?
Evade?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was
so.
the Evade video when he's
he
talking
talked
about
about, like,
pinnacle weapons.
Bungie's biggest mistakes. Yeah,
That was
Why
like
something
such
happened.
a funny video.
that was great. That
Yeah.
was great. But the last thing I really wanted to kind of talk about though for it here is just like in the recent season is some of the updates that they did with the PvP part of it, and specifically Trials of the Cyrus, which this part of the game, for those who don't know, for it here was kind of their high-end PvP, like end game type stuff for it here, and only the super elite would play it. It's like a 3v3 type match game, and the idea of it was before is that you have to win like 7 matches to go flawless, and then you would get like the extreme like prizes, like in like exclusive like armor and weapons and stuff like that there. And it was very reclusive, like not reclusive, but I'm trying to think of the term.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. Thank you. To where not a lot of people were playing for it here. Only really the sweatiest of sweaty people were playing it, and because of the way the game changed its structure, as far as like people coming into the game and that stuff with the free to play and stuff, there was a ton of cheaters, people just just basically just offering services for the game where they really didn't need to for it here. That was
It
using
really was
the
not a fun.
yeah.
It was not a fun area of the game.
It was an absolute mess.
Yeah.
So recently, Bungie made some really big moves with it, where they started putting out lawsuits for people who were creating like some of the cheats that were used for it here, purposely looking for people who make them and suing them.
Mm-hmm.
They they put in an anti-cheat system into there for BattleEye to help detect or like cheaters for it here. They also put a paywall into the system through the means of like the only people who can play it are the people who bought the recent expansion.
Yeah.
Like so,
It should have been like that from the start, honestly. And like
I agree.
Like as soon as Trials came out, that's like literally the first thing people said. They were like, that should be behind the paywall. Like, and I would understand too. Like considering it's endgame stuff, like there's no reason that it shouldn't be behind the paywall.
Right.
Honestly.
Right. But the biggest thing about it here is like outside of all the different things that they did to kind of help defeat push away cheaters and keep them out of it and that sort, is that they also opened up the loot pool better and structured it better than what they had before. Because before, the only way you can get it or get loot there is by either winning 3 matches, winning 5 matches, or going flawless.
Yes.
Right, and there was no there was no matchmaking. You had to go in with a set team of 2 or 3. So there was no hope for people who just wanted to like do it on their own or had nobody to play with. There was nothing. So that was the roughest part about it all. But as far as goes in that part of it there, the way they opened it up this weekend, last weekend actually is when they first started it. But they put it into like a kind of a tiered system now where basically you can earn rep. And it keeps throughout the entire season. And as you gain ranks within it, you get items now for here. You can also get like drops during the games itself now for it as well. And it gives it an incentive too, like where they give you like this card that you have to keep up for, like that keeps track of your wins. And before, people, if you lost the game, they would just reset and start over and stuff like that. Now they give the incentive that like if you get the flawless or if you get like 7 wins of that sort, if you keep the card and not reset it, then you'll gain more prizes out of it as well.
Yeah.
And not just regular prizes, but like big high-end, like good stat rolls like stuff and exclusive stuff there for it. So they made this whole weird new incentive for it here that just kind of helped separate the pool a bit. So the people who go like flawless all the time and play all the time for it here will mostly play with just the people who go flawless and win all the time and that sort. Whereas other people who haven't really played it or don't play it that well, will stick with their own pool of people for it here. Yep, me too. And just kind of build and rewarded. And it's become one of the most played playlists here within the last 2 weekends, this weekend and last weekend.
Yeah,
and it's seen its highest numbers since the iteration of the game itself. Since it first had Trials of Cyrus back in D1.
Yeah.
I think it was what was it, like 700,000 or something like that there? It was a ridiculous number.
Like that, yeah. And,
ridiculous number.
And fun fact, we actually started the recording late because I was playing Trials. Like all 3 of the guys were sitting in Discord on their webcam, and I'm like, hold on guys, I gotta finish this game first.
And we gave you the time. Did you win?
No, actually I lost.
Well, that's okay. Better luck next time. And we let you do it again.
Yeah.
As long as you lost with grace and dignity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I lost 5-2. It wasn't a storm.
Hey, you just got some rounds.
Then that's your problem.
Yeah. But yeah, it's looking really good. And I mean, like for what they did with this, like kind of this incentive with loot here, in this playlist here for it, I am hoping that they carry this model through pretty much everything else throughout the game, because it just really creates a lot of initiative for people to play, a lot of incentive for it here. It does a great job of separating people from from skilled people and that sort from here, from people who are just starting to learn or may not be as skilled and that sort. So it was a fantastic structure move on Bungie's half. I think it's one of the best updates they've done.
It is really really good, and I can only talk for myself, but I'm a very extremely casual player when it comes to PvP and Destiny. I'm more of a PvE guy, so I basically touch PvP only because I have to go in there for 3 games in the week, and that's all. Those 2 past weekend, that's basically it. All I've done during the weekend, just play Trials, and I don't win half my games, but I still have fun. The fact that you can matchmake solo. And whatever the matchmaking is, some people will argue it's good, some people argue it's bad. But you know what? I'm in there and I'm having fun and I'm winning, I'm losing.
Good. I would lose every time.
I feel I'm getting better at the game because the game mode became more accessible because of those changes. And I'm getting shit out of it. like I'm getting stuff. It's like I got those, I play 5 games in a row. Poof, I got a rank up. I can go get my little engram. I got all my armor set, my trials armor set that would have been completely unattainable for me before.
Yep.
And I go, it's great. It's great. And this is how you populate the game mode, which was really basically dead at this point. Like you would only find like the hardcore sweatiest players in there until that last weekend. And it's great. You get a bunch of like bad players and casual players like me. I'm both, by the way. Like you go in there, and if you're like a really good player, really like competitive players, well, you don't wait in queue for like 15 minutes to get a game. Like you're gonna stomp some guys like me, but at least you get people to play with, and I get stuff out of it. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Right. I mean, like even if you're losing, you still get prizes and rewards and stuff like that there that are exclusive to that game, the game mode. And it's and some of these things are like some of the best stuff in the game, really. Like, so it's fantastic. It's fantastic. That's what I say. Like I really do truly hope. It is. I mean, like
it is. If you like the game to begin with.
Yeah, if you like that, if you like that kind of style of game for it,
I don't know.
It's okay.
But yeah, like honestly, in those 2 weekends, I've spent more time in PvP in trials than I have spent time in PvP for the last 3 years I've been playing Destiny.
I can attest to that.
Right? Like can tell you, like you can probably check on Discord or on Steam. It's like, oh wait, it's like Saturday 2:30 in the afternoon. What is Flo doing? Oh, he's in trials. Okay, cool.
But yeah, I'm really liking a lot of the moves that Bungie's been making recently for it here, and it looks very promising. And for a game that I keep kind of going back and forth with here for it, I'm really glad to see like they're actually making some good, like keep it good on some of their terms of moving forward, making some aggressive changes, stuff like that. Like definitely using up their time where they should. So yeah, I'm like very hopeful for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that part of it there. So. That being said, guys, I just want to thank you all for coming out here for hanging out with us here for it. Before we go, though, I do want to make sure that that everybody kind of goes over their own stuff here for it. So we'll start off with Isabella, if you want to kind of say your outro here for it.
So I am currently on Twitter at _Elizabella.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Have you checked the show notes for that? Hold on.
Yes, I did.
Hold on. Hold on, I want to verify that. Okay, go for it.
Okay, yeah. That's a funny joke, Flo. Yeah, so the context behind that is we're getting ready to start the show, and I'm looking at the show notes, and I'm going, where's the stuff where we all are? Because that was where I had it written down. And
promise, I touched nothing. I just added my notes, and that was it.
It was me.
I'm really bad at remembering stuff, so
It was me.
But yeah, my Twitter.
I
thank you. But my Twitter is _Elizabella. Insta is _Elizabella AC. I haven't put much up there, but I've got a ton of stuff to put on. And you can email at theelizabellaac@gmail.com. And I don't remember my Twitch, but I'm going to hopefully start doing some streaming this week if Mr. Jarf can help me get my setup done.
That's exciting. That should be cool.
I know, I'm really excited.
Yeah. Awesome.
Because, people can just be like, oh my god, she's nuts. And I'll be like, yes, Animal Crossing is the
best! Which is not ready.
No, nobody gets between me and my Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Especially when Raymond or Marshall pop out of their house wearing a pink dress. Can you picture that?
Oh, I
can picture it.
My character in Destiny wears a pink dress all the time.
Well, the
that
funny
is true.
Is
that is
when
true.
when you gift, like you can gift your villagers items, and they always give, most of the time if they like it, they'll give you something back. Well, one time I was like, yes, let me give you this gift to Marshall, and I didn't have anything in my bag except a pink fairy tale dress, like a fairy princess dress. So I gave it to him, and randomly he'll be walking around my village wearing it, saying, ooh, I like this. And It's kind of funny.
That's funny.
I can imagine. So,
Yeah.
Darth, do you want to go ahead and link yourself here?
You can follow me at.
Can hear you. Get your mic closer.
Let me deep throat it here.
There we go.
You can find me on Twitter at Grandmaster Jarf. You can also follow me on Instagram at Grandmaster Jarf. And at Twitch, it's also Grandmaster Jarf. It's literally the same thing on just about everything.
What
Alright.
about YouTube?
It's also
Grandmaster
Jarf.
Jeff.
Now, the podcast YouTube, I believe, is The Saints of Misery 96.
Right.
The Twitter, I believe, is The Saints of M.
Yep.
And we don't have an Instagram yet. I haven't set that up yet.
No.
It's all right.
I don't even use Insta. I
No
don't know.
Instagram.
It's all right, Jarf. Thank you.
No TikTok. We should get on that actually.
Yeah.
What the hell would you use TikTok for? That's the problem. We wouldn't ever make it a TikTok.
I don't
Flo
know.
will make us a TikTok.
I don't.
He
Even,
will do it.
I don't even have one for myself, and I've been just putting it off for like months. I've been thinking about doing
Wow.
one, but
Go
Yeah.
for it. I don't know.
Anyway.
Ken, where can we find you at?
Oh, for me here? Oh, I'm at, let's see here. For Twitter and Twitch, you can find me at _K_Mebus, MEBUS.
Now who's reading and needed it put in the show notes?
Well, I can't, I'm going back and forth here.
I know it. You know, it's just helpful, but anyways.
Yeah,
it's good to know.
true. But you can follow me on there for it here. I haven't really been streaming too much on Twitch recently because of changes with work here, but I do plan to get back on there pretty soon. And then I've always posted on Twitter like where I'm going to be, wherever I'm at here for it. But definitely feel free to follow me on there for it. And that's pretty much it for me. Flo, what about you?
you can find me everywhere on every social media at fsanporte, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can also find me on YouTube at Holy Shiitake,
Like the mushroom.
like the mushroom.
Like the mushroom.
where we don't talk about gaming in that channel. We talk about Japan stuff. But yeah.
Definitely worth a watch if you guys haven't seen it yet. But
Yeah.
Yep. But that being said, I just want to thank everybody for coming out and watching us today for here. Definitely appreciate it. Please like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Ring the ding-a-ling bell over there.
Wait, we have a bell?
I think we
Yeah.
do have a bell.
Yeah,
Yes.
What
when
does
you-
the bell do?
Right, so when you click
It's for the-
subscribe, you can enable all notifications. That's the bell thing.
Mhm.
And so every time we post something on the channel, people get a notification. And they're like, oh shit, those guys posted something new. Let's go watch it.
How many followers do we have?
55,000. Oh no, I'm kidding.
I will tell you here in just one moment.
Does this mean that next week it's my turn to host?
I do believe so.
Ooh!
I
I'm excited.
think next week we're gonna have a power outage.
Ah, ha, ha. So excited. No, the next time it'll be my turn.
All
Ooh,
right.
I'm excited.
The Saints of Misery channel currently has 13 subscribers.
All
Woo!
right,
Nice.
I set a goal. We need to get to 25 by next time we buy our next episode.
all right, that means we need to make a TikTok. And then we need, like, okay, so let's all make a TikTok and then let's all film ourselves like doing one of those stupid dance challenges.
I don't
Oh,
have
God.
a TikTok and I'm all set.
So, as a small update to the channel, our first ever episode has had 51 views.
Okay.
Nice,
And
nice.
I still need to upload the second one.
Your Witch Queen reveal video from Destiny has had 1,113 views.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And
What?
4 comments.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh,
we gotta
man.
get some of them people to like what? Maybe our next episode 2,
Mhm.
we'll have more,
Yeah,
and then episode 3,
we'll have even more.
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
Anyways,
Awesome.
Oh wow! Apparently, it was on the YouTube homepage, and we had 666 views from that.
Wow.
865 views from YouTube recommendations.
wow.
Wow.
How do we get our
Dude,
show
no
on
problem.
recommendations? We gotta put more crap up there.
Yeah. Yeah, can't argue there.
Nope, can't argue with that either.
Well, I haven't put anything up because it's Jarf's fault.
Mhm.
Because I don't
Well-
know how to set up stuff.
Oh no. Well, I haven't really contributed anything on that part of it just yet outside of our reveal. So, but
We'll get there.
we'll
Don't worry
get there.
about
We'll
it.
get
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, no
Awesome
worries.
One
sauce.
thing at a time.
Exactly.
And with that being said, I'm gonna go play some Animal Crossing.
All right.
Sounds
well,
good.
I'm
Sounds
gonna
good.
go back into trials.
I gotta do some adulting, do some laundry after this, though.
Oh shit, I'm due too actually. Oh no.
I'm gonna take my pants off and run around naked outside.
No.
Just remember
Oh.
to do it on TikTok. That's all.
I was gonna say, remember, we need a TikTok.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be 2 full moons outside.
Yeah, I'm not bailing
too.
you out of jail.
I mean, two full moons of Bigfoot. That's what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Are you sure it's only 2 full moons and not 3 full moons? Because
My
it's
ass
kind of.
isn't that
I
fat.
mean-
thank you.
Oh.
I'm not examining. I'm just saying. I'm not examining.
I have. Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Yeah. So that. On that note, thank you everybody for coming out for it. We really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next podcast.
See ya later.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye bye.